Omnicron Conspiracy was a graphical adventure game developed by First Star Software and published by Epix in 1989. I stumbled across it at random on the 179th episode of a Random DOS Game Show, and to my surprise, not only was it very entertaining and funny, it was good enough to merit a place in my subsequent top 25. You're placed firmly in the boots of an intergalactic star policeman called Ace Powers, arguably the best name for a protagonist in gaming history, sorry Duke Nukem. He has to police the galaxy, maintaining peace and order by blasting off to various star coordinates. In doing so, he uncovers a secret drug ring that he must bust, and true to the name of the game, there's a conspiracy afoot. You start on board your ship with your robot helper pal, and soon discover that this is a side-scrolling inventory-based puzzle game that gave Sierra's equivalents a good run for their money back in the day. Consistently praised on abandonware sites these days by a small but vocal minority of fans, Omnicron Conspiracy was one of the better PC titles released that year, and has unfortunately been relegated to history. No more! A user called David R. Suter, more commonly referred to as Treaks, turned up in the comments section of my Random DOS Game Show video with a working remake of the original game, complete with many quality of life improvements and widescreen support, released under their obsolete Classics label, which attempts to remake old and abandoned DOS games. Those who know me know that I've been a massive proponent of people who do this, and am firmly of the belief that with a few quality of life improvements, DOS games can not only compete with modern titles, but let's face it, many of them are better to play. Turns out this title runs just fine on Linux through Wine, so let's compare and contrast my original playthrough against this updated version. No spoilers ahead, I'll just be showcasing the spaceship and the first planet you come to. The first notable difference is that the theme has been given a fantastic remake, which is playing in the background of this video as I speak. There's also a scrolling disclaimer from the developer, as this isn't a finished project as of yet. It's missing some street traffic, some background animations, new locations, and a few cutscenes. Running out of rest doesn't affect you, and the respawn time has been removed, which I think is a good thing. There are also some edits to the flow of the game and the dialogue compared to the original, but the changes are mostly in keeping with the spirit of the title. When we actually get into the game, you really start to see the differences. The original had quite cumbersome movement, controlled by the numpad, and poor old Ace Powers wasn't the fastest cop in space. The remake runs at a smooth 60 frames a second, and the animations are much more pleasing to the eye, and Ace is much better with his navigation. Compare this walk down the corridor of the police headquarters to the chief's office. Yeah, that's a big difference. The other really big difference is that the interface has changed. But don't worry, Streaks hasn't completely torn up the playbook here. Everything is sensibly streamlined, and there's even an option to toggle back to the original interface by hitting R. I love when players are given a choice with regards to how they want to control and experience the game. Hitting escape will bring up a handy menu system, and every time you load the game it starts you off where you were previously. The DOS version doesn't have any music or background ambient sounds, and the remake adheres to this relative quiet. But the Amiga version contains spaceship noise amongst other things, which I feel would make for a nice addition, blending the best parts of the 90s Amiga and Atari releases, together with the DOS original for a better sound palette. When we compare the galleys side by side, you can really see the difference in both the colour palette and Streaks' choice in graphical enhancement. It's not enough to render the game completely unrecognisable, and overall I think the artistic license is a marked improvement over the original. The developer informed me of 2 Easter eggs in the game. That's right, yours truly gave his express blessing to appear in a Games Master style role in the vein of Patrick Moore. While playing the game for my show, I also made reference to Red Letter Media's Space Cop. And lo and behold, Rich Evans does turn up on the Omnimon of your ship. So you'll forgive me if I'm somewhat biased here, but not only do I applaud the ethos behind this remake, I think it's crafted with a lot of love and operates very well. But in all honesty, my only showing you the first section of the game wasn't just to avoid spoilers. I've been so impressed with this effort that I'll be doing a Let's Play of the Omnicron Conspiracy Remake, and posting it to this channel at some point. So keep an eye out for that in the future. And if you know anybody else who's doing a remake and wants a brief spotlight video from yours truly, let me know in the comments. And if you've stumbled across this video and watched to the end, check out the rest of my channel. I've hundreds of videos on there about gaming from the past. And if you like what you see, you can always subscribe. Until we meet again, fellow Star Cops, it's Pars away!